Hola guys and girls and welcome to a new deck profile video. This time we are gonna talking about the Blue Metalgarurumon deck. Focus around this one. And yeah, I guess let's just hop right in. The main reason you want to build a deck around this card is because of the when attacking effect you see on screen right here. When attacking, play one level 5 or lower Digivolution card. Under this card is another Digimon without paying its memory cost. The main combo you want to combo this with, this card currently is pretty great, and just going wide and getting multiple attacks and exploiting the opponent is because of this level 4 Garurumon, which has the on-play effect, unsuspend one of your Digimon. So in the best case scenario, you have that as one of the sources under Metalgarurumon, you attack, you get to play it under it, use the on-play effect, unsuspend Metalgarurumon, attack again, and then play the rookie, like the level 3 card under Metalgarurumon as well. And then you got 2 attacks off, you got 2 additional Digimon on the field, and at this point, if the 2 attacks did get rid of security as well, you basically are in good shape to just win the game, since you do just go wide at this point and yeah, go for the kill on the opponent. And that's what this deck is about, so let's just go over it. The motivation for me to build this deck was because I want to switch to Red Omnimon. If you remember, I did make a Blue Omnimon Turbo deck profile video a few weeks ago. And yeah, I rearranged my deck so I could have the second best blue deck, which is there currently. Because Omnimon Turbo is of course the best blue deck possible at the moment. I think this is the second best because I don't have enough Omnimons for both of them. There are still Omnimons actually in this deck because it just makes the deck better. But I will explain you where you can cut out the Omnimon to make still a very fun and yeah, competitive blue deck as well. But yeah, let's start with the babies. Nothing too special there. We do have one Vanyamon and of course 4 Oppoinents. Oppoinent is the baby you want. It has of course the when attacking effect that you get to draw a card if your opponent has a creature without or Digimon without Digivolution sources. And yeah, it's a very easily enabled card draw, and Vanyamon has the lesser inheritable of just giving it 2000 boost if he has 2 Digimon without Digivolution source, which is very difficult to do on the, like, you need to help your opponent doing that because rarely the opponent will have 2 with no sources. But yeah, it's still pretty nice just to have a 5th one, so if the game drags on longer we still get a free draw by just putting a rookie for free on that. And yeah, but Oppoinent of course the one you want, so nothing fancy there yet. That's pretty standard for blue at the moment. The card pool on the Tamers is not that high. Now let's go the rookies. The rookies are not too fancy as well. We start off of course with 4 Gabumon with the on-play effect that you get to draw 1 card. This is the Gabumon you want as well for your Garurumon Metalgarurumon combo, because if you get to play this as your level 3 under the Metalgarurumon, the on-play effect of that triggers as well. You get to draw 1 more card and yeah, just get more value out of that. But other than that, of course, great rookie. Only 1000 DP, but it's still good enough to get rid of the security, but your opponent has blockers, and of course the additional drawing is nice because card draw is one of the key points of the deck. Because you do need to find your Metalgarurumon, because if you don't have Metalgarurumon, the deck is gonna be more difficult to pilot or more difficult to win with, better said. But yeah, next up on our rookie lineup we do got the Goemon with 3000 DP with the inheritable that you do gain 1 memory on deletion. And yeah, that's pretty standard as well. I do prefer the trashing Gabumon in my Omnimon build, but this one I think is way better, because you do need memory. It is very essential that on the turn you Digivolve into Metalgarurumon, which costs 3. You get to attack as well. So you want to at least have these 3 memory, so you get to play it, attack and get your combo off, because if you play it on a Digimon and just stays on the field for a round before you can attack, it's just very prone to removal, and if that manages to get removed, the deck falls apart. It's very dependent on Metalgarurumon and getting value out of that, and if you Digivolve into that for it to be removed, the deck just falls short in comparison to other decks. So that's why it's very important to get these 3 memory, and Goemon helps with that. And then at last for our rookies, I play 6 more, so I have a total of 14 rookies, which is the standard ratio. I just have 6 of these. They're basically the same. It's just 3 Elecmon, the 2 cost vanilla, 3000 DP, and Goemon from the starter deck, which does the same. I just decided to split it 3-3. So yeah, it's more difficult for an opponent to get our exact ratios, because if I see I play 3 Elecmon, he might think I have 4, and he sees I play 4 Goemon, I think, okay, maybe he plays 4 Goemon as well, then he might think I have 16 rookies, and which is not the case. So yeah, you just can play some mind games with that, but it's very minor. You could just put, if you don't have the Elecmon, just have 4 starter deck, and then 2, it doesn't really matter. I just like the 2 cost on play rookie. So, like I already mentioned, once you get the Garurumon combo off, you want to go wide and go for the kill, and then that's when these 2-cost rookies are pretty nice, because they're just, yeah, very cheap to play and still get rid of the security once they attack. So yeah, that's my rookie lineup in total. Now going over the level 4 ones, that's where you can see some more fun stuff. But of course, first the standard stuff out of the way. We do have, of course, our blocker for Grizzlymon. You need your blockers. Like, it's in the early game, they just stop attacks in total because the opponent is too weak. They don't want to crash into that, stuff like that. And in the late game, they just stop the opponent from winning because they stop the lethal attacks, which would get rid of security or even win them the game. So yeah, just play blockers. Play 4 blockers of the, like, every color has their blockers. Play 4 of them. You will have a better time of having a lot of blockers in your deck to, yeah, stop the opponent from winning. Nothing much to say there. This is a great target as well for the memory Gomamon, which gets you on deletion 1 memory. Let's see if I can pull it out here. Because that means the opponent has the additional threat that if he attacks, like let's say he's at 0 memory, he attacks, you block and just end their turn right there, because you do get 1 memory, get pulled over to 1, so that's a nice combo as well. Sometimes, especially in webcam tournaments, the opponent likes to oversee that. They attack, I block, and suddenly it's my turn, because obviously in webcam you don't have that good of an overview what the opponent has on the field and whatnot. But yeah, now going up to the next level 4 Digimon we have, and that's, I already mentioned, we do of course play 4 of the Garurumon. This is very essential for our Metalgarurumon chain. We do want that under it. We have other which gives you value, of course, getting a free blocker with an attack is nice as well. But this is like very essential to get like both full value out of Metalgarurumon in 1 turn. That's basically the whole reason we have this card right here, because if we get to attack twice, we do get the rookie out of that as well, and after that it's fine if Metalgarurumon dies. We already got our 2 attacks off, we got 2 additional bodies on the field. That's maximum value out of that we can get. But that's of course why we play 4 of them, pretty standard there. Can be pretty nice as well if you do get enough memory to, like, for example, it's a great counter to Puppetmon as well. Opponent plays Puppetmon, gives you 2 a lot of memory, with that you can still ready something and attack. So Puppetmon doesn't stop unsuspending from cards like these. So yeah, play 4 of these Garurumon in this deck. And then for our last 4 champions, we do play 12 level 4s in total, which is pretty standard ratio as well. We do have first 2 Leomon. Actually don't play any Grizzlymon. I decided to put Leomon in there, at least 2 of them. For 1, because of the memory gain, like I mentioned, getting to free memory on the turn you want to play Metalgarurumon is very essential. And this is one of the few level 4s which does something on their own. Of course we do have the blockers, which you don't want to Digivolve over. Like they can stay as level 4 on the field as well. Same with Garurumon, it gets the play effect off, so it's a great target for Metalgarurumon as well. But Leomon does something on its own as well. You don't really Digivolve over it. You actually rather attack with that into something to get the memory or get rid of something, get rid of security, all this good stuff. You do want to get level 4s and level 3s under Metalgarurumon out of there, which do something on their own. They're not just evolution targets to go higher and to the next mega, stuff like that. They're on the field and they can start attacking already, so you can win pretty fast. Because it's an aggressive deck, so you do want to win fast. The longer the game drags on, the more likely it is that your opponent will get just more mega Digimon on the field and just outvalue with attacks because they survive security attacks. Whereas most of the time, barring your attack with Metalgarurumon or like Plaziamon or something, you will die in the security attack, but that's still worth it, especially since you get 2 memory out of that. And once again, with the Gomamon, you get free memory from that attack, and that just leads to some insane turns. We can get some insane amounts of memory, especially with some other cards we will see later on. But yeah, this is Leomon, we play 2 of them. And then next up, we do play 2 of the... Wait, where do I have... Oh, that's one of the different pile. 2 of the Promo Garurumon. They have the inheritable effect of, if this Digimon has Garurumon in its name, trigger draw 1, which of course is very nice since we do play 4 Metalgarurumon, so we can get to draw additional cards. This is also not once per turn in comparison to Oppoinmon. This is just when attacking. So if you do manage to get multiple attacks off, you get to draw multiple cards with this as well. And why I like this a lot too, like not just because of that, because of the nice inheritable effect there, it's the 4 hard play cost. It costs only 4 to hard play. All other champions we have cost 5 or 6. So if you're like in a pinch and you don't draw your rookie, this is a very cheap play to go for, and still have a nice evolution target to draw further cards with like other stuff you can put on that, and yeah, kind of try to come back out of the game. Because obviously, if you don't have a rookie, decks like these, which are more aggressive, tend to be take the short stick of the end, if that makes sense. But yeah, we play 2 of those. You can argue that Garurumon might be good there, because we do still want to get to our level 6 are pretty fast, not level 7, but level 6 is our target. So you could argue to put some Garurumon in for these 2, but this is the ratio I play currently with and I'm very happy with. I think they do more than Garurumon. Garurumon just helps with Digivolution, they do more on their own with other cards in the deck as well. So let's go over the level 5 Digimon, and first the standard stuff out of the way. we do play 4 Monzaimon. Pretty standard. Like I said, it's basically the argument with Gorillmon, but different, because it's level 5 and not level 4. This is the cheapest level devolution cost with only 2 for blue in the level 5 spot, and we do want to get fast to our Metalgarurumon, that's why we play 4 Monzaimon. Because like I said, we don't need that much focus on level 5 Digimon to do something on their own, because we're not going to pull them either way with our Metalgarurumon. So they're going to stay under Metalgarurumon, and barring we play Kaizane or something like that. But yeah, that's why for Monzaimon, like I said, he's just there to get to Metalgarurumon as fast as possible. Nothing too fancy there. Then next up we do have for card draw and memory gain 2 Tsudamon. The on-play effect is pretty nice. If you need to fish, like you break, the opponent gives you some memory to play with. You can play this, get a lot of drawing power, and of course the inheritable effect of giving you memory if the opponent has no devolution cards can be pretty nice as well, especially if you do get multiple attacks off with Metalgarurumon. Like I said, best case scenario, we do get 2 attacks with that off. That gives you an additional 2 memory, gives you an additional 2 cost rookie, for example, plus something else, and then you get initiative to the opponent, but you have, like, I don't know, at this point should have, if Metalgarurumon survives, you have at least 5 creatures on the field, which is very easy lethal in the following turn. So that's why the inheritable of Tsudamon can be pretty nice, in addition to drawing a lot of cards. But I think more of these would be a bit overkill. I think 2 of them is fine. You usually always find 1 at least in the game, so you can go for the drawing stuff. But yeah, that's Tsudamon for you. And then the next 2 level 5, in total we play 8. That's a standard ratio as well. We do play Garurumon, but we memory lender 1, because for one, since we do have the promo Garurumon, we do want Garurumons as well, which you like to attack with. So the promo Garurumon has only 6000 DP, so he's not going to survive a lot of, if even one, security attack. So you not get a lot of draws out of that. The other Garurumon, yes, has 7000 DP as well, but he doesn't really do something on its own. You don't really want to attack with that. You play that for the inheritables to give the Metalgarurumon or something else security attack +1 potentially. This one has some great combo potential in this deck. The memory lending can lead to some insane turns where you go very wide, just play a lot of cheap stuff. Since you do have the memory for that, you can play that multiple times with some combos with the Garurumon or Kaizane or stuff like that. And this just gives you a lot of memory to play with. Of course, you have to think always, what are you playing? How many cards does my opponent have in the hand? What has he on the field? Because you can get punished hard by playing recklessly with this and just trying to play a lot of stuff, getting a lot of memory, and then getting your opponent to 8 memory as well, and then he just answers everything you just played, and then you're kind of stuck. So you need to play a bit smart with that, but all the potential you have with this card is pretty awesome in the deck, especially since it has Garurumon in the name, does trigger the promo Garurumon, and gets us more card draw, more memory, and yeah, it's a great combat card as well, potentially. And you can abuse him nicely with some other cards, which I will go over later, but yeah, that's Garurumon for you, and these are my level 5 slots. Now going on to the level 6 slots. First of all, of course, no surprise there. Wait, where's my 4th one? Why is only 3 in my hand? Did I lose one? I might have... Oh, there it is, yeah. Like I said, my card just dropped and I was thinking, wait, why have I only 3 Metalgarurumon? What's happening? No, we have 4 Metalgarurumon. I only have 1 alt art. I don't really care about alt art too much. Rather, I would love always to trade these for like a standard Metalgarurumon and plus something else. I don't really care about that, but we do have 1, which is nice. But yeah, this is the cornerstone of the deck. I already told you what it does. We need 4 of them. We do want this, want to draw this. We do want to play this. We do want to get the value out of this. This is what the deck does. So 4 of them. Nothing too fancy there. Then next up, we do have another Digimon which we want to Digivolve into, which are 2 Plesiomon. We do still want Plesiomons. I tried without them, I just tried with only Metalgarurumons, but Plesiomon just gives way more consistency to the deck. Even if you don't draw Metalgarurumon, you can play this on one of your level 5, can get some attacks off of that, get chip on the security, and just potentially get something done on the opponent's side of the board. If they attack with something, you can Digivolve to Plesiomon, attack, kill it, stuff like that. Sometimes, like I said, you do have to play Tsudamon hard, which means you to trigger the play effect, and only on a Tsudamon you don't want to Digivolve Metalgarurumon. You would gain no value out of that, because there's no level 4 or level 3 under that. And so like these naked Tsudamons, these are great targets for that. You can still Digivolve into a Plesiomon, attack with that, potentially gain memory, chip at the security. So 2 Plesiomon I think is very nice. I did try with other Megas, I did try with Leopardmon, stuff like that, but Leopardmon just sucks. He's way too much devolution cost. And there are other cards which does similar stuff, but are way easier enabled. So yeah, and Leopardmon just always feels bad. You pay so much memory for something Metalgarurumon would be way better on. But Plesiomon, still a nice card, especially with the 10 play cost. This is one of the cards you can just hard play if you got some memory lending going on. Like let's say you get 2 attacks off with your Garurumon memory lending. in one turn due to some combo shenanigans. You would give 6 memory to the opponent, plus 1 you give either way, so opponent would be at least 7 memory. So with this, it's very easy to give the opponent you go to 0, you play this, you get the value out of all 10 memory, but the opponent only stays at 10 memory. You can't go to 16 then, you can't go over 10 memory. So that's like some reverse memory choking, I want to say. But yeah, this is why the hard play cost of 10 is pretty nice as well. There are some more cards with that too, but let's go over them later. Then next up, we do have in this current variant 2 Omnimon. Omnimon is just way too strong at the moment to just play it on a Metalgarurumon you already got your value out of. You get more removal, you get the Metalgarurumon back. Playing 2 of them is still pretty nice in the deck. Like I said, we are not focused totally on that, so we don't play more of them, because most of the time our megas are dead or once they got their stuff going. So it can be a bit clunky to go with Omnimon, because we do want to attack earlier with our stuff. But 2 of them is still pretty nice. I will go at the end of the video, I'll go over it. If you do want to play a blue deck without any Omnimons, I will tell you what I would put in for those. But yeah, we still play 2 Omnimons, he's just way too strong in the current meta game, let's say that. He is the best card, and yeah, would be a shame to not play 2 of them in this deck as well. And then at last for our level 6 slot, we do have 2 Puppetmon. Puppetmon is very nice for opposing more aggressive strategies. They keep attacking. Our security is not the strongest, so most of the time they will survive, they will stay suspended, and then you put a Puppetmon on the field and yeah, keep them there, buys you time, gives you memory as well with the attacking, and you can just win. I won games where I didn't draw my Metalgarurumon, but I just won since I did draw my 2 Puppetmons and just could lock my opponent down and chip at the memory with my Puppetmons and my cheap rookies and stuff like that. So yeah, pretty great card as well. With the 11 hard play cost, it's a similar or the more preferred strategy even than with Plasiomon, where you just once you got your memory with the memory lender, you just hard play this, give your opponent quote unquote only 10 memory instead of 16 or something like that. And yeah, wouldn't miss the Puppetmon. They're a very late edition, but they help with the consistency on winning with the deck a lot, because they're a great answer to a lot of situations on the board where you just need to survive one turn, or you need to buy some time to build up a board to go for the win, stuff like that. And especially if you draw multiple of them in a row, you can just lock your opponent down and yeah, just laugh in their face and get some memory and win the game. That's why we have 2 Puppetmon in the deck as well. Now going on to the option cards and Tamers. We actually do have 1 Tamer, we do have 1 Met in the deck. I had multiple of these before because, like I said, he helps you with getting to the free memory you need for Metalgarurumon. That's very essential for the deck. But he gets a bit clunky in hand. The 4 memory cost is a bit high. You rather Digivolve faster into your Metalgarurumon or play stuff on the board to chip at the security and stuff like that. You would love to see this in the first security attack, but that's of course not happen all the time. The effect with trashing, that's actually the only enabler we have to trash stuff. That's why we don't play the security attack with Garurumon, because we're not very efficient at making sure the opponent has no Digimon devolution sources. But this actually works with, for example, the Metalgarurumon as well. You get to hard play something, boom, trigger, trash something, or with Kaizernail, you play Kaizernail, something gets into play, boom, trash something. It comes into play sometimes, but I think 1 is enough. And yeah, that's why we play the 1 Met. Another one-off we do have is the Kaizernail. I did play around with multiple Kaizernails, with like 2 of them, but sometimes you get insane value out of that. He's just the card which wins you the game, and sometimes it's just in your hand, like, I could play Kaizernail now, or I could play this, and it's like, so most of the time you rather play another buddy and keep the Kaizernail for a bad situation in hand, to get another buddy or something like that, to get a Pseudomon out of Metalgarurumon to draw additional cards, to get a Garurumon out of there to unsuspend something for just 4 memory, which can be pretty nice, especially with the Tamer or the memory lender. You very easily get to 4 memory and can still do stuff. You don't pass initiative to the opponent, and that's where this card comes to play. But I think as a one-off it is enough. It's basically, it's the similar stuff to Leopardmon, but it doesn't take up a mega slot, which we want with Metalgarurumon, and it's very more easily played, since you don't need actually a level 5 on board or something like that. So yeah, that's Kaizernail for you, activate security as well, but 1 I think is enough. And then last but not least, of course, we do have 4 Hammersparks, because we play blue, we play 4 Hammersparks. For getting free memory is always nice. I already talked about the importance of getting to free memory at least, and yeah, it just helps memory choking the opponent, helps making your plays possible. Play Hammersparks in blue, nothing too fancy about that. But yeah, that's the total deck. Let me of course know in the comments what you think about that. Now, if you would want to not play any Omnimons in the deck, like let's say you have the Omnimons a different deck, like me for example. At the moment I'm still waiting on red starters before I can play my red Omnimon deck, so I still have them in here. I would probably change them up for another Met and a Kaizernail, so you have 2 of that. That's at least what I did before. but recently I did drop these one of each for the Omnimons because they just help with removal. The reason I don't play any Cocytus Breath, that's what some people might think, like why not add Cocytus Breath to the deck, is because Cocytus Breath is, at least in my mind, a way to reactive card for the kind of strategy we're trying to accomplish with this deck. What we want to do with this deck is play aggressive, or like play build up, get the combo with Metalgarurumon, explode on the board, have like a lot of buddies, and then go for the win and play very aggressive. For that, that means we are playing as the aggressor, we are playing very active, and what Cocytus Breath is, it's an answer to a threat on the opponent. Like, let's say it's an Omnimon, we can Cocytus Breath that, it's gone, threat gone. Like, that's what it is. It's an answer to a threat on the opponent's side, but we don't want to answer threats on the opponent's side. What we want to do is we want to play aggressively and fast enough where the threats of the opponent, which of course needs a build up as Omnimon, don't matter as much. So we already for example, got rid of free security once they play the Omnimon, and then we just go wide, play rather more Digimon on the field to go for the kill on the last 2 security, than having a Cocytus Breath played on Omnimon and go from there. The only reason I like Cocytus Breath in blue decks is because it's always nice in the security. It can win you actual games if you pull in security, you get to bounce something on the opponent's side, it keeps you alive, stuff like that. That's why I think it might be nice, but in general I am against it. But if you want to have an answer for stuff, I think Cocytus Breath can be nice as well. So you could, for 2 Omnimons, could play 2 Cocytus Breath in this deck as well. I just think it's too reactive for the playstyle, but it depends on your playstyle as well. But yeah, this is my variant of Metalgarurumon Midrange, I want to say. So let me of course know in the comments what you think about the deck. And yeah, that's all from me. If you did enjoy, leave a like, comment, subscribe, you know the deal. Hit me on Twitter, Facebook, all the links in the description, and I will see you another time. Ciao.